What is up, my less petty pals? Welcome back to my channel, Be Less Petty TV with me, Kellye. And today is the first Tuesday in December, which means I am sharing with you a tiny tip in hopes to help you live your life a little less petty. And today's tiny tip is around grief and dealing with grief. November 12th, my daughter would have been 10 years old, and no matter how much I tried to muster up the strength to celebrate her that day, I was sad. I was sad, and the sadness continued to flood me, not only days leading up to her birthday, but days after her birthday. And sometimes we can feel like we're grieving the wrong way, or we shouldn't be doing this, or we shouldn't be saying that, or thinking this. But let me assure you that whatever you may be experiencing in your process of grief is perfectly normal. Okay, 2020 has been a hell of a year for a lot of people. And not only was my daughter's birthday in November, but I had a couple friends lose parents this month as well. More than one. I had 3 friends lose parents this month alone. Like, a lot has been happening. So we're all trying to figure out, how do we deal with these uneasy emotions and still maintain some type of sense of happiness or joy, right? So let me tell you, whatever you're feeling at any given moment, my tiny tip to you is that it's normal. Okay, if one moment you are happy and joyous and the next split second you are crying your eyes out, that is normal. Nobody has the answers to the grieving process. Nobody can tell you how to grieve. Nobody can tell you how long to grieve. It is a process, and it gets easier with time. Yes, this 10 years has gotten easier repetitively every year, but for whatever reason, this year was actually a little more harder to grieve my daughter than last year was. I had a son pass away. It's been over 20 years now. He died in 99. So it's been 21 years. And I don't even think of him as much when it comes to grieving. When his birthday comes, I celebrate it. Like, I have a thought where I'm like, oh, you know, my love to you. But I don't really like cry or feel any deep emotions. I was also a hell of a lot younger when that happened. I was only 16. And so the grieving process just between even my 2 children is dramatically different. And so that's why I assure you, on this Tiny Tip Tuesday, however you're grieving, whatever your process is normal. And if you have to retreat and go in your little bubble, that's normal too. Nobody can tell you that you should be engaging. One little tip that I will share is that journaling is very, very, very helpful because it gets you out of your head. So if you decide to retreat and go into your own little bubble, make sure to journal or write or do something that kind of gets you out of your own head, because these thoughts can become ruminating, and get you into the space of actually being able to see these thoughts objectively. So that is my tiny tip for you. Grieve however you may. There is no rules, there is no regulation, there is no time frame. We're all different, and that process looks different for everybody. So, and I also, before I get out of here, I also would suggest, if you have someone that is trying to force you to grieve a specific way, you may just want to distance yourself, or mindfully let them know, like, hey, this is my process. Allow me this. Because it does look different for everybody else. And it's unfair for anyone to try to project onto you how they do things when it comes to this kind of loss. Whatever the loss looks like, grieving looks different for everyone. So yeah, that is my tiny tip for you. Hope you had an amazing holiday in spite of your loss. And I hope you continue to have an amazing December and the rest of 2020. Sending so much love for you. I'm your girl, Kellye Howard. Always remember to be less petty, because some shit, most shit, it's just not that serious. Sending you so much love. Bye.
With your time, be less petty with your mind, be less petty with your blame. All that petty shit is love.